Hey guys, give me 1 second. I just realized I forgot to turn on one of the extra lights that we use for the break, and it's downstairs. So give me 1 second to do that. I'll be right back and we'll get rolling. All right, that was my exercise for the day. Thank you. Every once in a while I forget to turn that light on. I don't know what happens. So tonight we're going to open some memorabilia from both fate ball, football and baseball. Let's try to say those separately. And we will also open a half case of Bowman Hobby. So that's what's on tap tonight. We got a little info to roll through. Let me get started with that. Sorry, my asthma's acting up a little bit too. So, two things you need to know from this page. The first one is thank you. I appreciate everybody who bids with me, breaks with me, chats with me. Sometimes you guys just come by and hang out, and I'm always glad to have you in whatever way you participate. Secondly, my feedback is completely automated on eBay. I know this comes up from time to time. Basically, what that means to you is you never get stuck having to wait for me to get caught up on something. So as soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you should instantly get it in return. What you see on the screen right now is a rundown of what we will be breaking over the course of the next 5 days. So tomorrow night we'll do a Game Day Greats autograph football jersey, a full case of the Gold Rush Gem Mint football. Those are all graded cards. That's a fun little break. If you're not familiar with Gold Rush Gem Mint, if you pull up my listing for it, you'll see the sales sheet on it. It gives you more info about it, but it's a fun little break. With, of course, as always, a chance to hit something awesome. And then we'll start Bowman Jumbo tomorrow night as well. And also note that we're going to start a little earlier than normal. We usually start at 10. We're going to start rolling at 9:30 tomorrow night. Monday, more Bowman Jumbo. Tuesday, National Treasures Basketball. Wednesday, another full-size autograph helmet, another Game Day Greats jersey, and we will start with a full case of Majestic Football. 2018 Majestic comes out on Wednesday. Thursday will be Prime Signatures. We'll do some more of the autograph baseballs and some more Bowman Jumbo. So for our breaks tonight, we have 3 of them with free shipping. 1 with paid shipping. Our free shipping breaks tonight are the autograph football helmet, the case of autograph baseballs, and the triple play box, the Hit Parade triple play box. And anytime you do a break with me and you have something with completely free shipping, it's going to go out roughly 6 to 7 days after the auction ends. So I'm anticipating a Thursday shipping date for that stuff. And our paid shipping break tonight, that usually goes out on a little different schedule. That is our Bowman Baseball. I'm expecting that to go out Tuesday. As always, if I can get it to you sooner, I will. If something kind of strange happens, unexpected, it could possibly fall to a day later than that. But that's in general what we're looking at there. And finally, on this card, you will see information about the consolation card. That basically means if there's something, you're in a break and your team doesn't hit, you don't pull a card or a memorabilia item or whatever the case may be, excuse me, you are still entitled to a random trading card for your team. That's typically sent with your next hit, but it can go out by itself sooner. If you just let me know that's what you want, send me a message and eBay will work out the details. So first up, 2018 Gold Rush full-size autographed football helmet. This is break number 7. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Saturday, May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo and Kentucky Derby Day. And of course, we're live streaming it tonight as well. You will see team names on the left, winning bidders across from it there on the right-hand side. And we'll put one of these, I will put up one of these spreadsheets before each and every break. So if you're not in this one, you'll get to see your name up there when we get to your break. One other thing, this break has two bidding positions that are separate from teams. One is the College Greats. It's a multi-signed helmet. The other one is a Heisman Winners multi-signed helmet. You can see information about that, of course, in the listing description. You can see pictures of those helmets if you're not familiar with them. But basically, they have so many signatures on them, I think it would be nearly impossible for us to try to read and figure out where they all went to even use random. So I gave each of those their own bidding spot. So that solves that problem. And yeah, so right there, you notice the background went out of focus. That's because I like to look at things all nice and close. And so I adjust that a little bit, but we should still be able to see everything without any problems. Hi, Jupiter. How are you? And hi, Robert. I'm going to assume that that is a little bit of sarcasm there. I guess you don't like going over all the information that I go over at the start of the break, huh? Well, sorry about that. Try to keep everybody informed. Sometimes that takes a minute, Robert. So I'm sorry that didn't work out well for you tonight. All right, guys, this is an Earl Campbell helmet. And as many of you are probably aware, most of you, I would imagine, Earl Campbell, of course, played for the Houston Oilers. The Houston Oilers became the Tennessee Oilers, became the Tennessee Titans. And cards and items always stay with their franchise, so this will be awarded to the Tennessee Titans. There's information about that, of course, at the bottom of every listing in that special circumstances area. There is a sticker back here. It looks like it is a TriStar authenticated helmet, and I was looking to see if there was an associated card that went with it, but there doesn't seem to be. So it did, however, I know it's Earl Campbell because there's a sticker on the inside of the box that tells us that. So our full-size helmet tonight is Earl Campbell heading to the Tennessee Titans with just the authentication sticker on it, no card this time. All right, so that is going to bring us next to our Onyx preferred players. Let's get our spreadsheet set up for that, and then we'll bust into a case of autographed baseballs. So probably everybody just saw this, but people do jump in and out. So if you are in this break, you didn't see it a minute ago, please take a minute there to review the info about the shipping date and consolation cards. This is 3 boxes of 2018 Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs. This is a full inner case. It's break number 4, and of course also ended on the 5th. You'll see here that there are several teams that say not listed, no hits. Well, that's literally just no possible way to pull anything for that team, so I didn't list it on eBay. We have one team that didn't sell, that's the Pirates. Anytime something was listed and did not sell, it'll be listed as no bids buyback on the spreadsheet. So that's what we are looking at here. And let's see what we can find. The checklist for Onyx Preferred Players this year is so awesome. We did pull a really nice Acuna out of one of these cases. And we've pulled, I'm trying to think, we pulled some Rockies and some White Sox, and I can't even remember who all else. But we've had some nice hits, but you know who I want to see come out of here. I want to see Mike Trout or Ohtani or Aaron Judge. I mean, Acuna was nice too, but I want to see some of our heavy hitters coming out. Jeff, that was our Gold Rush full-size helmet that just broke tonight. It was Earl Campbell, which of course, again, original Houston Oilers franchise, happens to be the current Tennessee Titans franchise, so it was awarded to the Tennessee Titans. And Jupiter, I'm glad you're doing well. I am having a good day because, you know what, I live in Kentucky and it's Kentucky Derby Day, so it was pretty awesome around here today. And won a little money, so I'm not going to complain about that either. That's always a good thing. Okay, so that could be, that's maybe, is that Jose Barrios? Maybe? I don't know. Jake Berger? I don't know. I always like to guess at who it's going to be before we look and see. There's our Onyx authentication sticker. There's also a JSA authentication sticker on this one. And of course, our matching Onyx COA, our matching JSA COA, which is kind of bent up, but they usually are because, you know, the ball's round and that piece of paper is not round. And it is, in fact, Jake Berger. So my second guess was right on that one. So first out on our balls, Jake Berger. Yeah, Jupiter, I love Derby Day. Oaks and Derby and all that. It's so much fun this time of year around here. So, and when you win a little money, that just makes it even more fun. Okay, now we've seen, is this going to be Renato Nunez again? I hope not. We've pulled him, haven't we? Like twice, but I don't know that signature at all. There's our Onyx authentication. There is also a JSA authentication, dual authenticated, I don't even know which way is up. Maybe that way. Dual authentications once again. Here is our JSA certified as signature debut. Oh, before the last game of the official rookie season. Oh, I like those. I don't know why that is always makes me happier when they're that way. It is Nunez again. Daggone, man. We are pulling him like crazy. Okay, so Renato Nunez for the Oakland A's. And that one, I think, might be different. I don't remember if our others were signature debut or not. So there might be a slight difference in that. Oh, yeah, the horses are always pretty awesome when it comes to Derby Day. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine on that one, guys. No earthly idea who that is. However, it is Beckett certified, so might be a high-level signer. I don't know. Let's find out. So our Onyx, as well as your Beckett, your Beckett certificates. And it is... Oh, that is nice, guys. Louis Robert. Nice. Very, very, very nice. So, okay, I'm on board with that. All right, so we have the White Sox with a couple of hits then, right? We have the White Sox with Louis Robert here. And then we have Renato Nunez for the Oakland A's. And then Jake Berger, another White Sox. So... White Sox kind of cleaned it up tonight. Oh, Robert, I wish that had been Shohei. Man, I would have been thrilled if that had been Shohei, but I have to tell you what, that is still a pretty nice little hit there. I think that's still a pretty nice hit we just pulled out for the White Sox, in my opinion. But I would love to pull Ohtani. It's one of the reasons I bought so many of these, because we're going to pull him. I know we are. We got a lot, so we're going to find him somewhere in here. Or we're going to find Mike Trout, or maybe we'll find them both. All right, let me do one other thing here. Was this number, this is break number 4 of these, right? Yeah, I'm just going to put, bear with me here a hot second. I want to double check that. And I'm just going to put the little 4 on the top of each box so that I can avoid any confusion if they don't get out the door before the next one's break. We are rolling into a triple play box now. This is a big mammoth box. It has a lot of stuff in it, though. Well, not a lot. I guess 3 things, right? So, hence the name triple play. And once again, if you missed this information earlier, I'm anticipating a Thursday shipping date for the items inside this box. And if you don't pull anything, you are still entitled to a consolation card for your team. Usually going to ship with your next hit. If you want it sooner, hit me up. We'll work it out. This is one box of 2018 Hit Parade Series 4 Triple Play. Yeah, that's a mouthful. And of course, it also ended tonight, May the 5th. We're live streaming it tonight, May the 5th. And hope to pull some awesome stuff out of here. Ohtani is in this as well, as a matter of fact. This box has 3 things in it. An autographed baseball, an autographed baseball jersey, and an autographed photograph, which I think can be like any size, but I think our last one was bigger than an 8x10. I want to say our last one might have been 11x16. Maybe. Okay. So here is our picture. I can't even get that down low enough. I'm going to have to move this box. Yeah, let's move the box. Then I can set that back, and then we can see our picture maybe a little bit better, right? Because that I kind of made a mess of. It's got all kinds of certifications on it. There's a zillion little various certifications on that. And I don't know, what is this in the back? This might be some other kind of authentication. Yeah, a sports memorabilia authentication card, as well as all of our stickers there on the front. Who is this player? I can't read the signature on it, and I don't recognize who that is. I'm also trying to see. There's something going on right there. I think it's maybe just a scratch on the holder that it's in, though. The top loader, not so much on the picture itself, I think. Our baseball has got a PSA DNA certification on it. And the top of the box tells me who it is. So it says it is Cliff Lee. And there's PSA DNA. There's your matching thing. And there's where it says Cliff Lee on top of the box. So they're at least nice and handy telling us who they are in case we can't read the signature, which definitely does happen. Hi, Patty. Yeah, actually, at the beginning of the break, I did the rundown of everything that we were opening tonight. It's always anything that ends that night is going to open typically in the order that it ends on eBay. I think the listing usually says, you know, that it will be this item plus whatever else ended that night. But yes, you're probably, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 minutes away from Bowman starting. We're not very far at all. JSA authentication for Reggie Jackson. Cool right there. And of course, there's your JSA authentication matching sticker. There's our signature. And let's see, I guess this is probably going to be a custom jersey. Yeah, I don't see any MLB logos or tags, but anyway, that is a nice little hit for the Yankees. So a Reggie Jackson autographed jersey. And that is quite a nice hit. Our last triple play box, we had a Stan Musial autographed jersey for the Cardinals. So the jerseys out of triple play have been really quite nice the last 2 boxes. Cliff Lee, I got to look that up, guys. I don't know what team offhand that is going to be, so bear with me a second. And I can't see chat while I do this because I've picked up the iPad, which is how I view chat, to look this up. So hold on for a hot second. Did he only... No, see, he did play for a lot of different teams. My problem is I don't know which one he played for the longest. So let's look this up. Come on now. I'm getting there, guys. I'm sorry. I know it's slow going when you're just sitting waiting. All right, so for the Indians, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons. And then the Phillies are only 1, 2, 3, 4, a couple of split seasons. There's a 5th Philly. Either way, the Indians definitely have the most seasons from 2002 to 2009. So that's going to put Cliff Lee with the Indians. And then we have our autograph photo who's, I still don't know who that player is. I know you guys can't really see his face too much either, can you? Because it's too big for me to hold it where you can see it particularly well. But this guy for the Sox, except I don't exactly know who that guy is. But anyway, there we go. Okay, let me set this aside, and then we're going to be rolling into some Bowman. Give me a second here, guys, to get our spreadsheet up and rolling, and we'll take a look at that, and then we'll start. So again, Bowman is a paid shipping break. It goes out on a slightly different schedule. I'm anticipating Tuesday for this to get out the door. There is always a possibility I can get it out earlier, and if I can, I will. There always also is the possibility lurking that something goes haywire during the week, and it would slide a day later to Wednesday. But as of right now, I feel like Tuesday's a pretty safe bet for this. And we don't have to worry about consolation cards here because there are a zillion cards in Bowman, and every team's going to have something coming their way. So 6 boxes of 2018 Bowman Baseball, half case break, break number 6. This is also the last of the hobby. We're going to start Bowman Jumbo tomorrow, and then we'll break that for a little while. Our end date, of course, once again, Cinco de Mayo and Derby Day, May the 5th. And same format as before, where you see the team names there on the left and the winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. And I don't know, somebody sent me a message tonight saying they were kind of feeling like maybe we're due for Ohtani. And I think we might be. I mean, they were thinking, I believe, more about the baseball, the autograph memorabilia than the cards. But we probably are due for some Ohtani in the cards. First half of this case was very nice. I was feeling Hunter Green, and I actually said before we started the break, I'm like, I'm feeling like we're going to be hitting Hunter Green, and by golly, we did. So I would love to find Ohtani in here tonight, but I don't know if we will. I don't technically have the feeling that he's specifically in here, but he might be. Oh, Edward, you have the Angels tonight, don't you? Yeah, that would make you happy if we can pull him out, right? Yeah, definitely. I got a message somebody earlier saying, you know, it's just due for Ohtani. And I'm thinking, you know what? You're probably right. Let me get this. I got something fell over here under my table, and I had to move it out of the way. It was bothering me. Oh, Robert, I didn't see that earlier. You said you liked Cliff Lee and Naked Gun. Naked Gun, man, I haven't thought about that movie in forever. So, Patty, what teams do you have here in this Bowman break? We'll try to conjure up some good mojo for you as well. Ooh, I already see an orange. Let me get some sleeves out on the table. And we're going to start flying through this. So, guys, there's, of course, a lot of base. Some of it is paper, some of it is chrome. I would say many of you know that already, but just in case someone's not familiar with the product. We're also going to find a lot of inserts. This is one of them. It is Bowman Birthdays, and all of that insert series refracts. So anytime we see a Bowman's birthday, it will be a refractor. And it's our hit. Look at that. We found our hit right away. And it is Orange Shimmer. I always want to say gold when it is orange. And I don't know why, but I do. When I see orange in tops, I always want to call it gold. And it is Mercado for the Tampa Bay Rays with Orange Shimmer to 25. So, you know what? That's a nice way to start the break. I like starting off with autos numbered to 25. Patty has the Padres. All right, let's see if we can't find something good for you in the San Diego Padres tonight. Bowman Trending is another one of our insert series that will also be a refractor every time we see it. I just saw Joey Votto go by, my poor Cincinnati Reds. I was watching the game, and, I mean, we weren't losing real badly. We were losing, but not real badly. And Tyler was pitching and doing really a pretty good job outside the first inning where he just got destroyed. But outside of that, we were holding our own, but I don't know, it didn't have a good feel to me. I decided I wanted to stay in a good mood, so I switched over and watched Everybody Loves Raymond. I know, right? But that's the way the Reds have been this year. They've been very frustrating. Bowman Sterling Continuity. We will find one of these per box on average. This one is Jaron Kendall for the Dodgers. And like most of our other inserts, it also will be a refractor every time we find it. The other one that we haven't seen yet, but should be coming up along the way, will be Bowman Scout's Top 100. Speaking of the Cincinnati Reds, here's Gavin LaValle to 250. That is purple and also paper. Rookie of the Year favorites, another one that each and every one of those that we see will be a refractor in that entire insert series. There's one of our Bowman Scout Top 100, and there's Mr. Hunter Green for the Reds. So what about Albert, man? Knocked in his hit number 3,000. That was pretty cool. Jason, you hit Ohtani orange paper today to 25. Cha-ching. That's nice. Very nice. Have not, as you know, Ohtani is, he's averaging one base card per box as far as just the paper cards, but then he's been scarce in the inserts. He's not really shown up a whole lot in most of the Bowman inserts so far. Not as much as I thought that he would, but I don't know that that's an entirely bad thing because I think that'll preserve the card value to a large extent. Talent pipeline for the Oakland A's. And, of course, all of the talent pipeline stuff, again, those are all going to be refractors, and we're going to find them kind of throughout. Chris Archer to $4.99 for the Rays. Oh, Jason, it's in a personal box you bought today at the local shop. Well, that's awesome, man. You can't get much better than that. I mean, that's excellent luck. Did you play the Derby today? Did you win on the Derby? Did you play the lottery? When you have good luck in the cards, I always think you should go for associated things like the lottery and the horse races and things. I don't know. I think it's contagious. Good luck is contagious. It's my thought anyway. I did win a little money on the Derby today. I'm happy to report. Won a little money yesterday on the Oaks and a little bit today. Not a ton. Payouts weren't huge, but I had a few things and made a little money. You should have, but you didn't. Yeah, I understand that feeling. Tell you what, I felt like I won the lottery today just in the fact that PayPal worked. My goodness, wasn't that a mess last night. I know many of you were in the breaks last night. Some of you may not have been. Some of you, if you weren't on eBay yesterday, boy, eBay and PayPal had some kind of weird technical issue. And from, I don't know, probably about 8 o'clock until about 10:30, it would process payments like 1 out of probably every 20 or something. It was crazy. But it would look like, to the person who was trying to process the payment, it would look like that maybe it had gone through, but then it wouldn't be confirmed. But then on the seller side, it would show it was unpaid. And then if you went back into your PayPal, you could see it was unpaid, but people were having to try, 5, 6, 10 times to get payments to go through. Greg Deichmann for the Oakland A's, refractor to $499. That one was chrome, of course. So, yeah, that was a hot mess last night. Thank goodness they got it fixed after, what was it, a couple of hours, I guess, but still. I mean, eBay is such a large company, and so is PayPal. How can they have that messed up where nobody can pay for anything in 2 hours? Can you even imagine how many sales are made and how many people are trying to make a payment within a time frame of that length of time on eBay on a Friday night? Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine how many. I know a couple of people tried to call and said the hold time the hold time estimate that they were given, you know, by the automated little voice that comes on, was over 2 hours. It was a 125-minute wait time or something just insane. Here's a Padre for you. It is an atomic refractor. We usually find one of those per box, and that is Uraeus on that nice little atomic refractor for the Padres. But so the good news is they did get it fixed up, and we were able to go on and do the break, albeit it was a little bit later than we had originally planned, but I guess under the circumstances it worked out as best could be expected. Talent pipeline for the Diamondbacks. Is that the player you were hoping to find, Patty? Ohtani. There's our paper base for this box. I know there's a delay from when you guys type chat to when it pops up on my side. I don't know exactly how long it is. I think it kind of varies. It seems like some nights it might just be 10 or 20, 30 seconds, and other nights it seems like it's closer to a minute. Had someone test it out with me once, and I think when we timed it, it was something like a 35-second delay or something. I basically was doing just a test video and had her type something in chat, and then while we were on the phone, and then I said, okay, tell me when you type it in, and then I timed it until the time it popped up on my side to try to get a feel for how much variance there is in there. So just know if you type something in and I don't respond right away, it might be because I haven't seen it yet, or sometimes it's because I haven't turned my head around there and looked at it in a minute. Sometimes I get buried in the cards, but I will eventually see it. And speaking of, if you are watching live and you are hoping to participate in chat, but you can't see chat, or you're not sure how to jump in there, you do need to be logged into YouTube to be able to see and participate in chat. And the other little fun factoid, if you are watching from a phone or a mobile device, tablet, you know, something like that, you also have to, in addition to being logged in, you also have to click that little link that says you want to view the desktop version. And once those two things happen, you should be good to go. Oh, Patty, your mom worked for the Padres for 25 years. That is so awesome. First of all, I love San Diego. I love that area. I lived in the Los Angeles area a couple different times when I was younger, and I used to love to go down to San Diego. It's so pretty down there. And of course you also have some racing right up the road there at Del Mar. I was there not too long ago in the fall of last year, but I envy you. Not only do you live in San Diego, your mom worked for the Padres for 25 years, so you were all enmeshed in Major League Baseball. It's pretty cool. Justin Dunn, blue paper for the Mets, numbered to 150. It is really raining very hard outside. I don't think that we're going to have any kind of power issues because we haven't had like thunder or lightning kind of stuff, just a really hard rain. But just as an FYI, if something unusual happens because of the weather, if the live stream were to drop or go offline or something, just know that I would get it back online as soon as possible. Like, don't wander off, and I would get it back up as soon as I could. Fortunately, that doesn't happen too often, but there have been times when computer will have a power surge, or so every once in a while my broadcast software acts up, but hopefully we're not going to have that tonight. But just because I heard the rain really pick up outside, I thought maybe I should mention it. For the Braves, Alex Jackson is our atomic refractor from this box. So you had the San Diego Chicken then, Patty, right down there with the Padres. There was a break last year where we pulled a card of the San Diego Chicken. And of course, I said the card goes to the San Diego Padres, right? I mean, that's the only Major League Baseball team in San Diego, the Padres. And somebody got all crazy, and somebody in chat got really upset and thought that the San Diego Chicken, because he also represented other sports besides just the Padres in baseball, he represented other sports in the San Diego area, that the card should go to random instead of going to the Padres. It turned into a whole big thing. Like, I still remember that to this day, that somebody got really upset over the San Diego Chicken. So, I don't know. Whenever I think of the Padres and baseball breaks, I always think of that. For the White Sox, a little talent pipeline there. We had some nice Padres out of Leaf stuff. Was it Leaf Trinity maybe, where we hit some nice Padres earlier this year. But of course, like so much of that stuff, they didn't make enough of it. It seemed like Leaf makes, well, they do make obviously some baseball, but a lot of it is buyback baseball, like the greatest hits back there is, which I still have not gotten listed. I've got to do that. If you're not familiar with the Leaf greatest hits, probably a lot of you, especially if you do mini breaks, are familiar with Leaf best of, right? Which is sometimes they're graded cards, sometimes they're encased, sometimes they're just in a top loader, but they're usually pretty good hits. And those are, I don't know, maybe $225, $250 a box, something like that. And Leaf Greatest Hits, excuse me, has 4 buyback cards in it, and they're either graded or encased. And then they also put in an original Leaf card in there. But there are some really good hits you can get out of Greatest Hits. They do baseball, they do basketball, and football, of course, all with Greatest Hits and Best of. But the Greatest Hits is $600 a box versus, you know, the other. Brendan McKay, Bowman Sterling continuity for this box. So yeah, we'll probably do that Leaf Greatest Hits Baseball as a random team sort of thing. So it'll be a fixed price break, and then we'll use random.org to match up bidders and teams before we break it. And we should have some really nice stuff in there. And I keep meaning to list it, and I keep forgetting. Steven Strasburg for the Nationals to 150. That's blue border and paper. The only thing I don't like about doing it that way with the random teams is if something doesn't, if all the spots don't sell the night the auction ends, then you got to relist it, and you know, then you, so sometimes it doesn't break right when I would like. Ohtani, Angels paper base out of this box. Although, of course, there's also plenty of times when we're able to then move the rest of the spots in chat or something like that. So, of course, tomorrow when we start the Bowman, Jumbo, where I'm doing Bowman tonight too, when we start the Jumbo, it's a little different configuration if you haven't opened it before. Of course, Hobby is, which is what we're opening tonight, is 12 boxes a case. Jumbo is 8 boxes of 8 boxes in a case. And it has fewer packs per box, but more cards per pack. So it's 10 packs of 32 cards, which gives us 320 total cards per box. And of course, we'll break half the case. So whatever 320 is times 4, 1,200 and whatever cards. Close to 1,300 cards in the break. Siri, for my little Cincinnati Reds, number to 499. Very nice. Or is that the Indians? No, it's my Reds. I thought it was the Reds, and then I looked at the C, and I was like, that doesn't look like the C for the Reds. It freaked me out there for a minute. I got a little worried. Oh, someone's facing the opposite way. That's unusual. Nick Gordon, but I don't see anything unusual about the card, so, hey, I don't know. Jason, I do not have a Facebook group. I have thought about it, but oh my gosh, I just do. I have so little free time. I don't really have any free time, but I have such all my time is really tightly scheduled. Cal Quantrill to 499 for the Padres once again with a nice little refractor, numbered refractor there. And I just think, you know, if I put up that, or if I put up an Instagram page, if I do any of that stuff, it's gonna, you know, you've got to kind of maintain it to make it work. And I just can't figure out where the extra hours in the day come from for me to maintain and manage that. So that's the reason I haven't done it. But I do have people ask me quite often. I know that I should do it. I need to do it, but I kind of go back and forth as to which is the better choice. In other words, is it better not to have it than to have it and not be able to check it frequently and maintain it properly? So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm sitting with it at the moment. This is box number 3 that we're starting on right now, coming out of the wrappers. So when we finish this box, we will be at the halfway point of this break. Oh, the rest of what I was telling you about Jumbo, the most important part, besides, you know, the number of cards and number of boxes and all that, there are 3 autographs per box in Jumbo versus, of course, 1 per box in Hobby. Jahmai Jones to 150, blue paper for the Angels. So yeah, at that point, you're probably asking yourself, well, then why didn't you just buy all Jumbo so we could have more autographs? I would love to do that. But, yeah, they don't let you do it like that. It's a ratio. You have to buy a certain amount of the Hobby, or some people call it the wax cases, to be able to buy the Jumbo cases. Otherwise, I guess we would all just buy the Jumbo and nobody, you know, then they would have all that other left. Really, they wouldn't. They would really sell it all anyway. But for whatever reason, that's how they do it. And you cannot buy the Jumbo unless you buy the Hobby. Sometimes the ratio is 1 to 1. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have to buy 3 of the Hobby to get 1 of the Jumbo. For the New York Mets, we have Jimenez for our Bowman Sterling continuity card in this box. And we have a signature coming out. DJ Peters for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Uh-oh, hang on. Nick was trying to escape from me there. He was stuck to the back of that chrome card. Doesn't appear to be any worse for the wearer, but they have a nasty tendency to stick to the chrome cards. Kyle Wright for the Atlanta Braves to 499. Another nice little chrome refractor there. And I got somebody stuck to the back of Bobby Bradley. I think is it tomorrow that my Pelicans play again? I say my Pelicans, but okay, let's face it. I like a lot of different NBA teams because I tend to follow the teams where the UK players are the former UK players now play, because that's where I went to college. So I happen to like the Pelicans. We have several former UK players on there, and I love Anthony Davis. Love him. And they, of course, are in the playoffs, and I think they play again tomorrow on Sunday afternoon, but they've really got to kind of get it in gear. They're going to be going home. I mean, they did get one game finally. I mean, because they had to win that. They were down 2-0. If they hadn't won that, they would be in bad trouble. So at least it's 2-1, but they really need to win this next one, too. I believe the Jazz are on the verge of being eliminated as well. And, of course, the Cavaliers, after looking like they might go out early against the Pacers, now they're just dominating. So I guess they're going to keep rolling on through, too. Hunter Green to 125 for my Cincinnati Reds. A little chrome green parallel there. This is a good case for Hunter because we pulled his auto on the Bowman Sterling parallel out of the first half of this case. And now we pulled the nice green chrome to 125. Yeah, Robert, there have been a lot of reds in here today. There were a lot of reds in the first half as well. It's kind of been a Cincinnati Reds kind of case, I guess, in some regards, anyway. I don't know if they ended up winning the game or not, or if they're still playing against the Marlins. But you know, when you're playing when you're playing the Marlins, who, let's face it, okay, they traded away everybody good. They got all these young guys, and you're still losing the game. That is not a good sign. As I said, I had to flip it over and just start watching Everybody Loves Raymond because I thought, oh, no, I can't take this. I cannot lose to the Marlins. So I turned it off and watched something else so that I would not be in a foul mood when it came time to do the break. Speaking of a lot of reds, Nick Senzel Atomic Refractor. Very nice. Have not seen a lot of Nick Senzel parallels coming out of Bowman, so nice to see that one. I did see, however, on the broadcast today for the Reds game, they're giving away a Reds garden gnome next weekend. Yep, you heard it right. A garden gnome. Like, that seems kind of an odd giveaway, doesn't it? A little bit. But of course, they're playing a doubleheader. They're only giving away the garden gnome in the evening. They made sure to tell us that. Not in the afternoon, which is a makeup game. But, I mean, we're playing the Cubs, and I'm sure they're going to just destroy us. They're just going to beat us right into the ground, I imagine. It wouldn't be so bad if I felt like we weren't just perpetually rebuilding. And I don't feel like we've gotten anywhere, you know, to be in this kind of pseudo rebuilding mode as long as we have been in it. I would think we should have some better progress. I don't know, though. I guess that's why I don't run a baseball club, right? Oh, yeah. Robert says National League Central is a tough division this year. Yeah, I mean, it's... overall, I think we've got some pretty good product on the field these days for the most part. And then there's a handful of teams, the Reds being one of them, that just aren't competitive at all. I mean, the Phillies certainly have come on maybe a little quicker than I thought they would anyway. The Braves have been great with Acuna and Ozzy. They have been doing really well. And I mean, just in general, the teams this year, I think most of them are pretty competitive. Obviously, Marlins in a complete tear down. And as I said, even the Marlins were beating my Reds today. So, ay. Dodgers, though, have been surprisingly not as good as expected. I mean, granted, they've had some injuries and things, but I really had thought we would see more out of the Dodgers than we have. And I guess everybody else is about status quo. Angels and Yankees and Red Sox and Astros are about as advertised, I would say. At least I guess, the Reds we've got Senzel, of course, and Hunter Green. So we've got a few prospects that I'm excited about, but it doesn't feel like that we have enough to really turn around the whole thing. I don't know. But at least Tyler was pitching well today outside of that first inning, which is how the Marlins got all their runs. Well, all their runs up to the point that I watched the game. I don't know what happened in the aftermath after I switched over to TV Land or TBS or whatever that was. Hey, we have a little one-of-one printing plate, and do you know who it's for? Oh, yeah, Patty. We did bring you some good mojo, because it's for your Padres. How about that? And it's your man again, Urias, with a nice little one-of-one printing plate. Right? Padres are crushing it in the parallels. And of course, I'm sure you probably know this, but just in case you don't, the printing plates do typically have some scratches and marks and surface wear on them because they really truly were used in the printing process for the cards. So they're never like minty clean and perfect, but that's part of their charm. Yeah, Jason, I mean, the Angels are always going to be the high dollar team. I shouldn't say always, but for right now, at this point in time, as long as Shohei stays hot, the Angels are definitely going to be the high dollar team this year, much like Aaron Judge propelled the Yankees last year. Shohei is propelling the Angels this year. So yeah, it will be tough to get them in a jumbo break. I will not kid you about that. It will be a tough bid to hit. But, of course, as I said, you do have 3 cards per box there. So you're going to have 12 autographs coming out of a half case of jumbo. Starting, again, tomorrow night, we'll start breaking the jumbo. Printing plates are not something you see as much at Topps, I don't think. I mean, Panini really uses printing plates a lot. And I think it's certain sets, it's just part of the box, like plates and patches, for instance. And the reconfiguration of that for last year, there's one printing plate in every single box. But I think Panini in general, it seems like they utilize the printing plates more than Topps, so it's kind of more rarer anyway, to pull a printing plate in a Topps product in my experience. So that was a nice little hit, especially considering Urias and everything. So we brought you a little bit of good mojo, Patty. Oh, Edward, you said that's the first plate you've seen out of 15 cases. Well, that is a lot. I wouldn't have thought it had been quite that kind of ratio. Yeah, that's a little healthier than I thought. Padres just keep on rolling. Logan Allen is a nice little signature hit for San Diego. So when I said we were going to work the mojo for you, I wasn't kidding. We have conjured up quite a few nice hits for the Padres tonight. But Edward, that's a crazy ratio, really. If you think about only one printing plate from 15 cases, I mean, not insane, but it's certainly, I would have thought it would have been lower than that. So maybe even a little rarer than I was expecting. I would have figured it would probably show itself maybe once every, I would have guessed 8 to 10 cases. So it's about twice as hard to pull as I would have imagined. If we had only had a signature on it, we would have been perfect, right? Here is Gavin LaValle again for the Cincinnati Reds to 499. It is paper. Our Bowman Sterling continuity comes out for the Phillies with Mickey. Well, I guess technically, I was just looking at how I had everything stacked over here. It doesn't really matter other than the fact of how we're going to recap it. I think I'm going to move our printing plate over with our autographs. I'm going to call that one of our primary hits, really. So at the end of the break, I know we're still a few minutes away from being to the end of the break, but at the end of the break, if you were wondering, I will recap the autograph hits, the numbered cards, the atomic refractors, and the Bowman Sterling continuity cards. We'll recap all of those when we wrap up the break. Edward, who else did you have in here tonight? You have 2 teams in here, don't you? You have the Angels and somebody else, right? I can't think who your other team was or is. The Phillies, okay. Maybe we can find you some Phillies action if we don't find your Shohei. Although I really would like to find your Ohtani. That would make me super happy. I know it would make you super happy. It'd make me super happy too. I was talking to someone today in eBay messages, and they said that there was a break recently where somebody pulled an Ohtani paper base autograph, but that the breaker just like went by it really fast and acted like it was not autographed, that it was just the base card and nothing else. And the person who had the Angels said, no, that was autographed. And the guy didn't show the card again. I don't know. He didn't really specify, but I guess he didn't. And just insisted that it was just paper base. Like, what in the world? Are people trying to steal people's cards now? That is just wrong. Here is a Philly, Mackenzie Mills, first Bowman atomic refractor for Philadelphia. And you hear of all kinds of crazy things that happen, but you just, like, what kind of person would think that they could, well, I guess they're not a very honest person to begin with, but it's right there. How do you not show it on the camera? I guess he must have had to have seen it coming or something. I don't know, and tried to hide it. I don't know. So strange. But there's, unfortunately, people out there who aren't very nice sometimes. For the Cubbies, we have a green shimmer to 125 with Alzolay, or something maybe not at all close to that. I know. I pronounce all the names wrong. even the names of my own players for the Reds. Oh boy, I like this. Yes, I do. This is a Bowman Scouts Top 100 for the Twins. Royce Lewis, gold 250. I like that. That is very nice. Don't see a lot of Royce Lewis parallels in here either. So that's part of the reason that I really like that one. Well, of course, the other part's obvious. It's Royce Lewis, and we're expecting, hoping, thinking that he's going to be awesome. So, yeah. So this, of course, is box 5 of 6. I'm sure you know that already because you can see just the one box sitting still back there in the background. But usually I try to remember and say it. I think I've not been very good about remembering to say it every time tonight. But this is box 5 of 6. Talent pipeline for the Kansas City Royals. My little kitty is down here contemplating whether or not he intends to make a bunch of noise in the wrappers. So if you suddenly hear a bunch of crinkly, stuff, it'll be Kitty deciding to dive into the wrappers. Carlos Correa is our Bowman Sterling continuity for the Astros. My mom came over here today to watch the Derby with us, and she played with the kitten. Many of you know I have like this little devil kitten. We found him outside in, when was it, guys? November, I think it was. And he, I don't know, stray, feral, whatever. He was little bitty and underfed and sick and everything else. So, of course, you know me, sucker. I took him in. Alonso for the Mets to $4.99 paper. And my intent was to find him another home. And I never have been able to find him another home. So now he lives here with us, I think, permanently. But he has the most energy of any little cat I've ever seen in my life. And we have a girl and a boy, brother and sister cat, also that were strays. Well, actually they were born to an outside stray mother, but we got them when they were kittens, and they've lived in the house forever. They're older. They're like 7 or 8, so they're not really into being abused by this little kitten. But this little kitten is just crazy. He's always trying to jump on them. He jumps on their backs and tries to ride them like he is a cowboy and they are his horse. I mean, it's it's so bad. Anyway, point being, he has a lot of energy. And since my mother was over here today, she played with him a lot with one of his toys that we kind of ration. We don't give it to him all the time. So she wore him out, and he's been sleeping, and that's been so nice. It's been so peaceful. So, yeah. So he has, I guess, also decided he's not going to jump in the wrappers. So his energy level is not such that he's going to be Destructo Kitty tonight, I guess. He's very sweet. He's a very sweet little kitten. But man, is he hyper. I think we'll stop and look at these. I can only go so long without looking at them. That's why I used to try and take them kind of all out of the wrapper and then get it all over with up front and then just look at them all. But I find that delayed gratification doesn't work for me very well. Kyle Young tried to jump off the pile there, stuck behind Ian Anderson, but he does not appear to be any worse for the wear, so. I saw Jose Bautista got called back up from the minors. So, of course, he didn't get signed as a free agent. Finally signed that minor league deal where he's been all season. And I guess what they call him up yesterday or today. So, but he has to play for the minimum. Mitch Keller is our atomic refractor for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Like, I would not have thought that Bautista would have gone unsigned. I know this was a weird off season. I know we had a lot of free agents that didn't get signed until late, and there was, you know, the whole, I don't know what the word is I want to use, controversy, if you will, maybe. Players Association trying to accuse the teams of not wanting to spend money and wanting to tank, and then the teams saying, you know, we've offered good money and your players won't take it, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it was kind of a weird off season with some good people left unsigned, but I always thought it was awful that Jose Bautista got sent down to the minors, but as part of that, but I'm glad he's back up. Another gold, 250. This is DJ Peters for the LA Dodgers. Now, of course, on the other hand, you have Matt Harvey over there who just fell apart for the Mets. Although, frankly, I think he's been falling apart for a few years now. But anyway, it's another story. And they tried to send him down to the minors, and he said, not going to go. So, yeah. So designated him for assignment, and he's gone. Somebody will pick him up, though, I'm sure. Somebody will take a chance on him, but no, he just really seems like he's more trouble than he's worth, doesn't he? He's always got some kind of controversy and weird stuff going on, not showing up for games, and I don't know. Shohei, base. Like, if you have the numbers to back it up, I guess you can get by with that kind of stuff. But when you don't have those kind of numbers, you should probably settle down. That's my opinion. Washington Nationals hit with Daniel Johnson with a nice purple parallel chrome to 250. Our autograph hit held on to almost the end of that box. Pretty close. Of course, you knew, really, once they sent Matt Harvey to the bullpen, you just knew that wasn't going to work out. I mean, he didn't want to go to the bullpen. He wasn't pitching very well to begin with, and then you put him in a place where he doesn't want to be. It was not hard to see that this was going to be the outcome of that decision. But I don't blame him for not wanting to go back to the minors. Like, who wants to do that? I don't blame him for that. Pirates, Will Craig to 250. Eye to eye guy, you must have the Nationals, right? It just now popped up and said boom, but I'm assuming that you're referring to the hit for the Nationals. As I said, it's sometimes a little bit out of sync when you guys type it versus when I see it. And we have one box left. Last box mojo. This is the last box of the last case of Hobby. We're going to be switching to Jumbo starting tomorrow night. And remember, we do have the early start tomorrow, too. We're going to get rolling at 9:30 instead of 10. So everybody doesn't have to be up so late on school night. Work night. Both. too far away from Tier 1. I couldn't remember the other night if it was this upcoming Wednesday or next. It's not this Wednesday. This Wednesday is Majestic, 2018 Majestic Football. But next Wednesday, not the upcoming, the one after. So, 10 days from now will be Tier 1. So, we'll probably try to get the Bowman Jumbo wrapped up before Tier 1 time. Chris Bryant for the Cubbies is our Bowman Sterling continuity in that box. I did see a date for Inception. Of course, we all know that got pushed back. Should have been out in, when was it originally scheduled? March, maybe, I think. And then when they pushed it, they just said it's definitely not going to be this month. It's definitely not going to be the next month. We don't know when it's going to be. And then the last thing I've heard is June, like the end of June, which is so weird for Inception to be coming out that late. So I don't know what kind of issues they were having that pushed it that far back. Hopefully it will be worth the wait when it does get here, though. And of course we have tons of fun stuff to open in the meantime. My rep told me on Friday that basically everything for the rest of the year is going to be allocated, even stuff that isn't normally allocated in baseball. He said you can pretty much expect that it's all going to be allocated. I was like, oh no. Trevor Rogers for the Marlins, an atomic refractor. Out of box number 6 here. Yeah, I don't know how people who don't have a long established sales history with somebody, I don't know how they would ever get anything. So, I mean, I've got places where I've spent a lot of money in the past and in the present, and I still do not get nearly everything I want. Oh, Patty, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're having fun tonight. I love doing breaks. I think it's a blast. I know different people do them for different reasons. I think sometimes it's the people who do it because they want to make money more so than because they collect cards and they think it's fun. I think those are the people sometimes where you run into, I don't know, like the guy I was telling you about earlier, that he said, Breaker just blatantly tried to hide a card and rip somebody off. I think that's where those kinds of people come from. They're just all about the money and the greed part. I think anytime you get with somebody who likes sports and collects themselves and enjoys cards and breaks, I think it's always fun. I break with a lot of people myself. This is numbered to 150 for the Rockies with Sam Hillard. And that is a blue chrome parallel. And that may not even be right. I don't know. That's just my observation. That does not mean that it is the correct observation. That's just how I look at it anyway. Jason, you call me flea bags. Oh, come on, man. That's harsh. I know. I have a weird username on eBay. I know. But I had a cat many years ago when I was younger. I had a cat, a solid white cat named Flea. You guys remember Flea, the drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Yeah, well, okay. Solid white cat named Flea. And I'll tell you the rest of the story in a minute because I see another hit coming out for the Phillies. And it is Mackenzie Mills, green chrome, first Bowman to 125. So I was trying to set up my eBay account, and I tried to just use Flea. I don't know why. Okay, that was a long time ago, and we didn't really think that much about creative names and stuff. You just put in something you could remember, right? So I tried to flea and, you know, different variations. And they were all taken. Actually, I think I was setting up my email, as a matter of fact. I hadn't even set up eBay yet. I was setting up the email. And I happened to be eating at the time, and you can guess what I was eating. Yeah, that's right, I was eating a burger. And finally, I just got so frustrated because everything I typed in, it would say, already taken, already taken, already taken. I just said, okay, I'm putting in flea burger. And like, honestly, I didn't think that would take either, but oh, it did. So, like, oh, all right. And now so I set up eBay that way because I thought I could remember it easier. And then, you know, who wants to change it now after all this many years? So, yeah, that's why I still have it, because people that I've known for a zillion years have it, and I don't feel like going to all the trouble to change it. And so there you go. That's how it happened. Not that you asked, but I told you anyway. So, bonus. Or not, depending on how you look at it, I guess. All in the eye of the beholder. Oh, right now my eye is itching. Allergy season, the downside of living in Kentucky. The upside, Kentucky Derby. The downside, allergies. For the Chicago Cubbies, we have Alzolay as our last little autograph coming out tonight. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, I will recap our autograph hits, our numbered hits, atomic refractors, and the Bowman Sterling continuities as soon as we look through the last of these. And then at the very, very end, after we've done all of that, I will also pop up the spreadsheet information again in case anybody missed it earlier. You will get another chance to see the info about your shipping date and about consolation cards and the stuff that is upcoming over the next 5 days. My stuff's almost always listed for 5 days. That is simply because eBay, in their infinite wisdom, that is said with sarcasm, decided back some time ago that if you wanted to list anything for less than 5 days, they would charge you an extra $1 non-refundable fee. So, yeah, listing 100 and something breaks a night, yeah, I can't afford that. Travis Lakins for the Boston Red Sox. That is orange paper to 25. So that's why I and probably most other breakers list our stuff in at least 5-day increments. Because otherwise, you get popped with a big extra fee that nobody wants to pay, because eBay and PayPal take too much money anyway. All right, so let's do this differently. Let's first look through, there's our numbered guy. We'll look through these first. So this is our atomic refractors and our Bowman Sterling continuity. These cards are not numbered, but they are typically one per box. So I do set them off separately most of the time. Every once in a while I might stack one in the wrong spot, and if I did, and you saw it go through the first time, you know you're going to get it when you know, if it's your team, you will get it when your cards come. Just know that I stacked it incorrectly, but most of the time I think I get them stacked properly. That is paper to 250, chrome to 125, paper to 25, chrome to 150, chrome to 250, chrome to 50, paper to 499, chrome to 50. This is chrome shimmer to 125, paper to 499. Nice little hunter green, chrome to 125, chrome to 499, paper to 150, chrome to 499, paper to 150, paper to 150, chrome to 499, and paper to 499. So that wraps up the numbered cards, other than anything we have that were signature. Oh, you taking off? All right. Well, bye, Edward. Thank you for joining. And Robert, thank you both. I appreciate, of course, I appreciate everybody who comes by. I thank everyone once again for bidding and breaking and chatting and stopping by and saying, hey, I'm always happy to have everyone. So thanks again, guys. Chicago Cubs with Alzolay. first Bowman. For the Nationals is Daniel Johnson to 250, purple chrome. Our nice little 1-of-1 printing plate for the Padres with Urias. Pretty cool. Padres again, Logan Allen, autograph chrome. DJ Peters, autograph chrome, Dodgers. My Cincinnati Reds, Jose Siri, first Bowman, autograph chrome. And for the Tampa Bay Rays, we have Mercado in a first Bowman orange shimmer, 225. Pretty sweet. And that's it for our cards tonight for our break. As I promised, though, I will put up the spreadsheet info again. Let me get the camera back on autofocus before I forget to do that. And we'll take a spin through here. So once again, the Bowman anticipated shipping date is Tuesday. Possibility it could get out Monday. Always possible something weird happens and it slides to Wednesday. But Tuesday is probably the most likely bet for Bowman from tonight to get out the door. And then, of course, all of our other breaks tonight were free shipping breaks. Those go out every 6 or 7 days, or roughly 6 or 7 days after the auction ends, for the most part. So probably about Thursday for those. And then coming up this week, scheduled a little light this week. I've got some other stuff to do, but we're still going to have a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, note, we do start at 9:30. We have the Game Day Greats autograph football jersey, the case of Gem Mint football, which those are all graded cards. That's going to be a blast. And we will start Bowman Jumbo. Monday night will be more Bowman Jumbo. Tuesday night will be National Treasures basketball. Wednesday, a Gold Rush autograph football helmet, another Game Day Greats jersey, and a full case of 2018 Majestic football. On Thursday, we'll do a half case of 2011 Prime Signatures. We'll do another case of Onyx Preferred Player autograph baseballs, and some more Bowman Jumbo. So that's what the days ahead looks like, and I guess that's it for tonight. So once again, thank you everybody for joining, and happy Cinco de Mayo, happy Derby Day, happy weekend, and take care until I see you next. Thanks again. Bye-bye.